we're starting stream a little late today. Market's already been open for 8 minutes, but as you can see, the market's already down. Already dropped 6% today, so we're really selling off today. It's really bad. These people are going crazy. Already I took some trades overnight, but so I'm probably not gonna be trading much. But if there's opportunity, I will take it. Yeah, but the whole range already was filled. Unfortunately, I did play my hand terrible, but I mean it turned out good. I got in some. I was just scalping all night, but really, if I held some trades, it would have been great. I don't know why it doesn't show the trades, but anywho, we're getting a nice bounce off the rip. There's a nice bounce, a little double bottom right here. You could have took some potential buys off of this. The double bottom right here. But I was waiting for a better bottom wick because we're very bearish right now. So I wanted this thing to come down a little bit before going up, and then I would have potentially gotten some buys. But yeah, that was a good trade to begin with. This thing came down. This 9 o'clock candle barely had a bottom wick. This candle came down, gave it one, and then flipped. But I was hoping that this came down just a tad bit lower, then I would have gotten some buys. So now that we got the push up, are we going to continue to push, or is this just a top wick for us to really come down later? Yeah, we don't close above here, then I'm not looking for any type of buys. I mean, if it does close bullish in an hour, if this hourly candle does close bullish, I would potentially be looking for buys. But if it closes underneath here, then it's not gonna be looking pretty. So if it closes above, we can get in some buys. If it closes underneath, we maybe can get in sales, but we had to see. SPY, on the other hand, they're lagging behind. They're only down 3.5%, while NQ is down 4%. But NQ is holding their zone. They dropped heavy last night, then they bounced, and now they're holding their lows, while ES they also dropped last night, but not as heavy. They had a bounce the same time the NQ had a bounce, but then they broke their lows and then they really crushed. But they're still down less percentage than NQ, so they're more bearish right now and they got more potential also. So right now our bias is to the sell side. We just gotta wait for that setup to come. If this 30-minute can close bearish, then that'll look great. We could potentially even get in on some sales down here. But these stops are kind of heavy right now. But as long as we underneath this zone right here, then we can't buy anything. So if ES can close above here, then we can get in some buys. Same goes for NQ. If they can close above here, we get in some buys. But if they close underneath and they also close underneath, then sales will be looking for. be looking for sales at that point.
One reason to try Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos? We'll give you two: Chipotle Ranch and Avocado BLT.
Rent a furnished, private room with utilities and Wi-Fi for less than $150 a week with...
On my demo account, I'm gonna try something. I don't like these cells enough to take it on a real account, but we close inside this range. We're creating a top wick before the bottom wick. If this thing does decide to flip, then that's a bearish sign, and then our stops will be above the highs. But yeah, see, that's why I'm not really trading today. We are moving heavy today. I'm definitely not gonna take this on a real account because this is a 100-point move, 100-point stop loss. I like to keep my stops under 5, under 50. So what you could do is get it on a wick entry and just sell it right now. But if you sell it right now, then I'm gonna try that actually. We're gonna sell it instead. So the reason I don't do wick entries is it could just continue to push, but it's a demo account, so we're just gonna play it like it is. Our stops are above the highs. It should not break these highs if it wants to continue down, but if it does continue up and it does hit our stops, then that's good news because it closed above and we can take buys afterwards. So right now we're on a demo trade, we're in some sales, we're looking for it to come down. I would normally have my sell stop underneath the lows, but the reason I got in the wick entry because this to here is a 129 point stop, and that's ridiculous. So we got it on a wick entry, so now our stops, I mean, since they're at the high, they're still big, but really we could just put it at 50 right here and just risk 50. If it hits 50, then we're out. So we do have right here, we're about to hit out. But same thing goes for this. I want to also test this theory out on ES. I'm actually on ES, I'm gonna have a sell stop here also in anticipation that this thing comes up, wakes us in, and then comes back down. That's what I like. I like this trade better than the one that we're in on NQ, but I'm still not gonna take this on a regular account. Yeah, that's $600 loss. Potentials. Yeah, see, this is why we don't like wick entries, because you don't know if it's going to continue to run or not, or how far it's going to run. Because this could still just be the wick. We still got 11 minutes. This thing could flip or it continues to push the highs. And this double bottom is a very strong double bottom. If this thing does decide to continue to run. Ooh, did we get put in? No, we almost got it. We almost got put in. Alright, we're in that trade right here. Stops are above the highs also. Well, I mean, these highs are different. They're above the last 30 minutes before the drop, so we really shouldn't break these highs. But if you want to add a little bit of more risk, you can just move it up to these highs. But that tiny bit of risk ain't really much to me. So I'm going to keep it above these highs. I was about to get in trades right there, but I'm glad I realized that we have news here at 10 a.m. So we need to stay out of this. So these are both demo trades. We're gonna let these ones just play out how they are. But with news coming out here, it could give us a nice spike, and we don't know which direction it's gonna go. But right now, NQ is trying to close above. They do close above, that's bullish. But at the same time, ES, they're closing underneath. And they're closing underneath this trend line also, which is two bearish signs. So right now, I'm more bearish. I'm feeling like news comes out bearish. I would have got in. I wanted to get in on this 5 right here. And my stocks will be above the highs right there. But with news coming out, it's not enough. That's not good to risk. But if news can come out and wick upward with no bottom wick, then I look to jump in on some sales. So if news comes out and goes up first, shoots up first, and then I get in sales on the come down.
Employment 51.1. Employment was solid. All right. So hold on. Bonds are dropping. Employment was.
So it's giving us the top what we wanted. Both of those trades ended up hitting stop losses, so we're glad we did not take that on a real account. Now it is pushing up. I'm hearing that the news is good news, but I don't really know. It could continue to push, but this is what I wanted to see. I did want to see this thing push before, so if it does decide to come back down here, that is a bearish sign. So my sell idea is still on the table, but right now we're getting a pushing. So we're just gonna let it sit here for a second, see what it look like in 15. We are getting a bullish push. It's a very bullish push, but I think they're playing games. We've already given back, well, making our losses a lot smaller. We were just down 5%, but now we're down only 2.5. But so they are buying these lows. We are getting a balance. We getting a nice relief, but I'm feeling like they trying to play games. I think they're coming up here to this resistance. We might fall soon. Same thing going for ES. They have a little resistance right here on this 5 minute. They close underneath here. If we struggle to get above here on ES, and if we struggle to get above here on NQ, then really we're still bearish, and I'm still looking for sales. Stops are too big, so again, we can't take this trade. But I'm putting it on the demo account. If this thing flips after coming up, retesting these highs like I was talking about, then that's a very bearish thing, and we should drop. And we got a nice clean range back down. If we can get a smaller stop, then I might consider. But right now we just got sales on the rebreak of the lows. ES on the other hand, they broke the triangle, they broke the trend line. Now it looks like they're trying to hold it, which is a bullish sign. We don't want it to hold. We want it to come back underneath with ease, and then we can get in some sales. But right now, if it holds this trend line and this resistance right here, and it's actually a bullish sign to bounce off of. But I might get in on the next 5 minute. When the next 5 minute opens, if it gives us a top wick before coming down, then I might get in on the next 5. It is early, it is risky, but we have nice potentials. Well, it didn't give us the top we wanted, so now we just gotta wait for the 15. If the 15 minute closes bearish, then we can just get in there. So now we just gotta wait 3 minutes to see what we got then. But we're about to get filled on the NQ trade. If this thing decides to flip, we're about to get filled here. I think the market's playing games. If this 1 minute flips, that's not gonna be good news. But we're in on the trade on the 30 minute. Now we can either wait 17 minutes and wait and see if this 30 minute does decide to close bearish. If it closes bearish, then we can just get in on the next 30 minute down. So right now, this position that we're in now is early position. They're risky. There's no closures. There's nothing actually backing us other than the 5 minutes. And the 5 minutes doesn't even look that good. This 5 minute can flip any given point and stops will hit. So That's why we're waiting on the 30-minute to actually get in on real trades. ES, same thing. In 16 minutes, if ES closes bearish, then we're definitely getting in on some sales. If this thing closes bearish. So that's good news. All we gotta do is wait 16 minutes and we'll see if we got a trade or not. This is a very bullish 15 right here. Very bullish. You can actually take some buys off this, but I don't like it that much, so I'm only going to take it on the demo account. If this thing flips again, we're going to be in there on the demo. But it does look very nice. Very nice. Yeah, this oh my lord, I might actually take this on a real account. This is looking, if it wasn't such bearish, this is actually looking nice. What's NQ looking like? NQ, they're holding their close above their highs. Their 5-minute close bullish also. Yeah, scare money don't make money. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna trade this. If I can get in on fast enough. I got my buy stops and I like this trade. I'm taking it. My stops will be below the lows. So let's put us in there now. Hopefully it actually runs this time. We can either have stops below these lows. Yeah, we're getting a push now. I'm gonna have it below these lows. If this thing breaks these lows again, that's not gonna be good. We're just gonna get his stops. And we're looking to just let it run, because we already made good money today from earlier trades, so we just gonna let this one rock. Eventually I'm gonna move it to break even so we can really let it run. When it gets up to these highs again, if it gets up to these highs again, then I'll move stop to break even. But right now we're still in danger zone. But it's a 15-minute trade. We got 15 minutes, 10 minutes to work out. Then if this 30-minute does close bullish, then the 30-minute can go. Either, so it might be a quick loss. But I'm liking it, so. We might can move stocks to break even soon if this 5-minute here can flip and break these highs. These will be aggressive moving stops, but if this one breaks these highs, it should not re-break whatever lows is at. But that first you got to re-break the highs, and then you can move stops. But it shouldn't break these lows if it wants to stay up. These lows or these lows, but I don't really want to have it down at that low, because we are still bearish. So unfortunately, that one hit stops. We are still too bearish right now. That's why I try not to take it out of 15 minutes, but it looked too enticing. We did hit stops on that trade. Now I could have held stops right there, or I should have had it underneath these lows, but
I didn't know it was a whole fucking squad.
I just moved it right there. Well, so we gave back a little bit of profits that we made already today.
If I got
I might take one more trade, or I might call it a day after that. But if it is actually bearish, then we just get in some sells and we'll just. But if this thing does decide to flip again, that'd be unfortunate. But if it does stay down here, we can just flip to the sell side we were looking for to begin with. I'm liking these sales on the 5 minute, but we're just gonna wait. I do want to get in sales right now, but the 30 minutes is about to open up, so we're just gonna wait for that one. Wait 2 minutes. If this thing does come down farther, it's unfortunate, but we're just gonna wait. But because it would look a lot better if it does actually come down more, because this 30 minutes is still not closing bearish yet. Now we came, in this case, we should have got in on the wick, but we came right to this trend line. Either we're going to break right now, or we're going to bounce right off of it. But the 30 minutes opened up how we wanted it to. It's giving us a top wick. So we're going to place our sell stops. Now we're going to hope that this thing continues its move down. 30 minute looks great on this one also. So the market is bearish now. It should drop. It did just came down and wicked me in. I guess I had my stop loss just one wick too close. It just wicked me in, and it didn't even flip. That's the worst. The play could still work out, but we're now in on this trade. I might have to close out early if this thing does not flip right now. We are coming up to the first bit of resistance that we're going to need to hold. We're going to need this thing not to get above. If it pushes any higher, I will be closing out this trade, and it's just going to be an unfortunate loss, and we will be ending the screen for the day. My stops are at the highs. If it breaks these highs again, we're hitting stops. We're going to need these lows to be broken, and that's that. Well, I ended up just closing out the trade there. I'm gonna call it a screen. They ended up getting us twice. This one we shouldn't have been in on to begin with, but we had stop loss just too close, and when it came down, it had wicked us in. We had it just one pip down. We had it too close, so it ended up wicking us in. We shouldn't have been in on this trade yet. So it's just an unfortunate loss that one was. It's still a good trade. The 30 minutes still closed bearish, so this thing could still flip and will come down, but I'm not gonna be taking that trade. I'm gonna call it a screen there.